Okay, hello everyone. I will start to speak slowly before you connect. I hope you hear me well. There is no problem. It's not 9 yet. I know I'm kind of soon, very soon. So maybe I will wait a little bit. However, about yesterday, what happened when I was in the zoo and I tried to be live, I really wanted to make the life in the zoo because it's very, very beautiful. It improved so much indeed, but unfortunately, my internet went off after the 4 minutes. After the fourth minute, actually, so then I was thinking to make a video of the zoo, but we actually have it. I already made it like 1 year ago, I believe. I made it for the zoo. So I wasn't in the mood to make it again, to be honest. So I just post some photos and that's it. But it was very, very beautiful day. I like it so much because finally in Alexandria, after so long time, was finally sunny. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous and maybe you will not believe it, but simply in Alexandria the last 1 month was very, very, very cold and I really hated it so much. I hate winter in Alexandria because comparing to Europe, it's really so different because in Europe it's very cold, but we have a snow and the environment is so beautiful from the point that we have a snow, okay, in Europe. But here we don't have, of course, but the weather is here like cloudy and rainy and moody, and I absolutely hate it. So yesterday when it was sunny, I had to take any chance to go out, so that's why we go to the zoo, and it was like it was. Okay, so indeed, sorry for it. I really am apologizing, but next time I will make sure I have enough internet and good connection to be live with you anywhere outside in Alexandria. It can be really beautiful, I believe, to spend the time together to answer a question directly on the place. I was actually planning to make some like video video about Alexandria, each place of Alexandria, to video it for you, especially to tell you the interesting part there, what to do, what to don't know, how you can deal with the people, and so on. So I don't know how to do it exactly yet. I was thinking to do it with my Egyptian friend, but I don't know if she will agree on it. But if yes, so it will be really, indeed, very, very beautiful. Okay, so maybe I will start to speak about the Luxor. In the Luxor, I was kind of 1 year ago already, but many of you asked me about one specific thing which I didn't speak about my series in Luxor. If you didn't see it, so you can find it on the YouTube. I believe I uploaded like 6, 7 videos about Luxor, and I believe it's very beautiful. I tried to really picture every single thing what I experienced there, including the tombs of the kings. However, he was asking me about one thing, and is the perfume palace in Aswan, actually, not Luxor, but Aswan. This only thing I didn't make video about, or I did, but I never published it, to be honest. So I will show you maybe now here live if you are interested how it looked like. Okay, I was actually in the palace called Filet Essence Palace, and first I'll tell you my opinion about it. Okay. Yeah, sure. The perfume palace was so beautiful. The smell and the scent was unbelievable. Really, I never actually felt a better place than this in this. Okay, but I had one problem with the people. They was kind of, for me, very impolite and very rude. If you wanted something extra that they offered, wasn't like happy to help you with anything almost. Basically, how it was that we go inside the police, we sit, they bring us fresh drink, They mostly do it for the tourist when they know that you are going to buy something. So they brought us, I believe it was karkare. It's a traditional Egyptian drink, and in Aswan, it's very, very beautiful. So, and after they brought us like a list of the perfumes what they are offering, and they were speaking about each of them, how they make it, for how long it keeps. So, actually, can show you. I bought two actually. Okay, look, this one and this one. This one is perfume, and this one is actually a cream on the face. It's very, very small, as you can see. And imagine that this small amount cost me, I believe, 200 Egyptian pounds. But it really keeps it to a very, very long time. And there's one thing which is true. Look, I have it 1 year. I just opened it once, okay? And then I didn't touch it for the 1 year because I wanted to try it. And it's really true that the smell stayed the same, unchangeable, really. Like, and it's true natural, no chemical. And they even, if I remember what they told, so if you put it on the clothes, so it will not destroy your clothes at all, and the smell itself stay with you all the day. It's also true. I can confirm it. Like, I believe that this is the true treasure of Egypt, indeed. However, this is a perfume. Then I have a bigger one, but it's from Abu Simbel. I wasn't in Abu Simbel. Yeah, it was so bad. I wasn't there. Imagine that when I was in Aswan and Luxor, so Abu Simbel was closed. It was closed. Okay, sorry. Paula, I'll say it. Is my first Ramadan in Egypt, exactly in Alexandria, after I became Muslim. Can you talk about costumes or anything? Okay, I'm confused. What do you mean? Hello, hello. What do you mean, Paula, by costumes? We don't have a costume, or do we? Do we have a costume in Ramadan? What do you mean exactly? Can you be more kind of specific? But I'll speak about Ramadan after a while, after I finish my trip to Luxor and Aswan. So just be patient. We will get to Ramadan topic anyway. So Abu Simbel was closed, and I could get there. I found a person who told us he will get us there for some amount of money. I'll tell you exactly. He asked for 2,000 Egyptian pound just to take us there because it was really forbidden from the government. But I refused it in the time. Even it was my dream, I refused to go there because I didn't want to pay such money for it, like for 1 hour basically. And I believe there was like, I will miss another part. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a hard decision for me, but I decided. Anyway, so this is from Abu Simbel, but from my friend, like already 3 years ago, and also the smell is the same. So it's amazing. So I will recommend you to buy it if you go there, absolutely. Yes, it's amazing. However, the people inside the shop, they wasn't very nice because I actually wanted to make a business with them to expand these stuffs to Europe, but they wasn't helpful at all. They just told me they are not going to do it if I do it, so I must do it by myself. So it was like for me not good, you know. Oh, pity, but the stuff which they are selling, it's really beautiful. Okay, assalamualaikum. My first Ramadan here too. Oh, hello, walaikum salam. I'm so happy. Okay, so if you wanna speak of Ramadan, so let's jump to the Ramadan directly. It's very nice. It's your first Ramadan in Egypt. I believe that Ramadan in Egypt is very, very beautiful, like nowhere else in the world. To me, I experienced Ramadan in more countries than one, but Egypt was absolutely the best. So you're actually lucky that your first Ramadan is in Egypt. You know, I wasn't that lucky. My first Ramadan actually was in my country back when I just converted when I was 17. It was very bad actually. But my first Ramadan in Egypt was absolutely amazing. It's like in fairy tale, I believe, in Egypt here. You feel the magic of the Ramadan, the spirit. You feel the people are connected very, very much. They are helping the poor people. It's amazing. Okay. Sorry, my English is not very good. I mean, what are the customs and traditions? Okay, I understand you now. Okay, it's fine. So, fine. For you who don't know, so actually, why we celebrate Ramadan? Okay, can we? Can it to be like a discussion? Maybe Paula or Dunia, can you tell me if you know why we celebrate Ramadan? Do you know? I will wait for a minute if the answer will come. If not, of course, I will answer you. Okay, I will start. So we actually celebrate Ramadan, from my information, okay? uh, in Ramadan was the month when the Quran was revealed to our Prophet Muhammad, and it was actually a month of miracles, especially one night, which is mostly on like 27. Mostly, I don't say that must be. Layla al-Qadr is the most amazing night. In this night, whatever you ask Allah indeed, so Allah will respond to your prayers. Anyway, Ramadan, when I take it from the start, it's not really easy to speak of Ramadan, to be honest, because each of Muslim, I believe, understand the Ramadan a little bit differently. Even the points are the same, of course. So maybe the basic points, okay? Simply, you will not eat and you will not drink and you will not have anything sexual with your partner from the sunrise till the sunset. As I told that you are lucky in Egypt, yes, you are very lucky, because in Egypt it's less hours than, for example, in Europe. This was always for me, like I was thinking about it, why is it? Because when I was fasting in Europe, for me it was really hard, suffering, very hard. So I was like thinking that maybe Allah is kind of punishing them because I was in a country of kind of unbelievers. So I was just thinking about it, maybe that's why Allah exceeded ours, and even the heat there became so wasn't in Egypt in Ramadan, which was kind of even a miracle, because Egypt is a very, very hot country anyway. So yeah, so this is the first thing: you will not eat, you will not drink, and this, of course, you have to read the whole Quran in the 1 month. In the one whole month, you have to finish it. It's a good question if you can read it in Arabic or not, but it will be definitely read in Arabic, and especially in Ramadan. In Europe, Ramadan feels lonely. Yes, definitely. Very, very much lonely, because it's about the people, Like, for example, I told you, my country is really a country of unbelievers, and there is so little Muslims. So when you're fasting, kind of even by yourself, even, for example, with your close family, maybe with your husband or children, so it's nice, but it doesn't have the same feeling as the whole country here in Egypt. They are fasting and celebrating together. It's really absolutely something different. It's about the feeling, it's about the energy which the people put to the world, and it affects you very, very much. Even I was, a lot of Egyptians was fighting with me about it. Like, they always, if I'm Muslim, so it doesn't matter where I fast or where I pray. But I'm not in the same opinion. It really, really does matter where you are, where you live, and where you actually celebrate the Ramadan. Then I was even in the time when I was even coming for Ramadan to Egypt, especially only because I didn't want to fast it in Europe. Became Muslim the last week, in the last Ramadan, and in my city in Brazil, don't have Muslims. Yeah, I absolutely understand you, Paula. I was absolutely the same in my city, believe me or not. But in my own city where I was born, I was the only Muslim there. So when I first was fasting there in the city, it felt really strange, really lonely. But I didn't care in this time because I was really very young. But if it will be now, it will be also different. But I definitely understand you how bad it can be. So that's why I'm telling you, if you celebrate in Egypt, indeed, it's much beautiful and you are much lucky. And it's actually very amazing that you became Muslim in the Ramadan. It's something very, very beautiful. Like, I'm really happy for you. Really, so much. It's indeed a blessing from Allah. So maybe you can tell us even how was your first Ramadan? What did you experience exactly? Okay, Dunia, mashallah, sister, Allah give you strength. Thank you so much, Dunia. Indeed, I really need it. Paula, yeah, my feelings was very full in this time. Yeah, I understand because I also converted to Islam myself, the same as you, Paula. I can understand everything what you indeed felt. Um, and you know that you remind me that I actually converted to Islam into like before Ramadan. I converted to Islam. I don't know, like 1 week before Ramadan, and then I started to fast immediately. But yeah, many even people asked me, and I have friends here who are converted Muslim, but even they don't fast in the Ramadan or they have problem with it. So I hope that you don't, because it maybe seem very hard on the start to fast. And I will tell you, especially the first 3 days. If you pass the first 3 days, so then it's definitely much better for you and much easier. Okay, just keep the first 3 days. Remember it. I always whatever happened with me in the first days. Always I had so horrible headache. I was even vomiting. I remember the first day because I wasn't used on it. Okay, but when you get used on it, so then it will be easier and easier every single year, more and more. But maybe the main point of Ramadan also is that we should feel the poor people, right? It's not only about not eating and not drinking, but it teaches lessons in it, and especially a patience, you know, and the self-control, which mostly we don't have across the whole year, including the Muslims here in Egypt, which are Muslims since born. Okay, it's kind of funny, for example, what I see here. Let's say not kind of like a bad people, but people who do a lot of haram openly, and then in Ramadan comes and they stop do everything in the month, but really everything they can. It's always kind of funny how you see the people change for the 1 month to kind of an angels, and everyone is seeking forgiveness from Allah. So indeed, yeah, it's beautiful. So remember just the first days, and then it will be okay with the fasting. And also, we should help poor people, right? Many people in Egypt and in Alexandria, especially, do it. I knew people who, even from charities, but even by themselves, they are cooking the food and going on the streets really by themselves and giving the food for poor people. And you will even find here on the street really tables full of food. And any person who is poor is coming around, he can sit and eat for free, which is absolutely amazing. And I know that some Egyptians try to do this even in Europe, even for the atheists, even for anyone. They wasn't even poor. I know that there was a certain video which one Egyptian man did it. He really spread the food for free to every single person almost in the city which pass around. Well, but unfortunately, my country or my people, it still didn't change. They still didn't change their opinion about Islam. But how he did it, it was really very nice. Indeed, very nice. Okay, what more you wanna know about Ramadan? If I can ask, if I can help you something specific, ask me now. Now is the time to ask me anything you want about Ramadan. And as you can even see in Ramadan, it's really big celebration. They even start to sell on the street now the stuffs for Ramadan, like a decoration I speak about, decoration and food for Ramadan, and all the stuff. So the people, I feel like it's the time before Christmas. People are getting really, really crazy and buying as much as they can because Ramadan is really, after a while, you know. But honestly, me personally, I don't do anything of it. I'm always the last person who do it. I don't know why, something wrong about me, but I always have. I'm the last one to do it. But it's nice to. I wish to video this for you. I will. I hope maybe tomorrow how the street look like now. It's full of people. They are buying the stuff for Ramadan and for the kids. Because yeah, there's a good point that after the Ramadan finished, it finished with Eid, which is 3 days actually celebration. And we are giving even gifts to kid, even money to the kid, but we are even buying clothes to ourselves. And we are baking the special cookies for Ramadan. This I'm looking forward on, and maybe this you can make together and live the cookies together, because it's very very traditional, especially here in Egypt, and it's really very nice. I'm not a fan now that people are buying everything and they don't make anything at home, because when you make the stuff at home, it really has a feeling, and especially if you have a kids, it's very very beautiful atmosphere. Really, really better than actually the Christmas atmosphere. If you're a converted Muslim, so maybe you did before as me celebrate Christmas. So if you experience this, so Ramadan is really 100, maybe 1,000 times better than Christmas indeed. But it's about how you understand the Ramadan. It's not only about just don't eat, don't drink, and don't. It's even about what the Ramadan good you back. Okay, any question, Adra, towards Ramadan? Ask me now, because I have another thing we can speak about. Fine, if you have any comments, or comment it anytime. I will get back. Okay? Okay, I will know the family of my husband the first time now in Ramadan. I'm a little bit worried. Well, you kind of shocked me with this. I didn't expect that. Can I ask you, for example, okay, how long are you married together? Why is the first time when you meet them in Ramadan? Maybe it's good for you in Ramadan, because yeah, in Ramadan also people have to be respectful to each other, and they must forgive each other. So maybe it's even a good time to meet them in Ramadan. I'm don't be worried now. If you are already married, like really officially and properly married, I believe they will accept you without no problem. Egyptians are indeed Egyptians are indeed very very kind people, wide-hearted. So, and especially with you if you are Muslim. But it's a good point to ask you, dear, if you are Muslim for yourself, not just for your husband. If you are, I believe that if you are Muslim for yourself, really, you have the religion and the God in your heart. So it will be absolutely everything fine. I believe they will accept you much easier than if you, for example, wasn't Muslim. Kind but dramatic. Yes. Egyptians always are dramatic. They are very kind. But they have the hot blood. They can easy fight and then easy to make it okay as well. There are both-sided people in this. I became Muslim for me. Okay, that's amazing. I'm happy for you. That's how it should be indeed. Like every person and every woman should become Muslim for herself, not for her husband. But unfortunately, here in Egypt, and that's the reason why I asked you, because I saw many women who convert to Islam just because of the men. And what will happen when they had some problem with the men? The first problem they will say about Islam, it's wrong, it's bad, and they will leave the Islam right just because of the men, which is not nice. Okay, maybe next point which we can discuss is a Mother's Day. Maybe you'll be surprised. I don't know. I was surprised when I was here for the first time. Uh, okay, sorry. Even I tell to him, I leave him, but don't leave Islam. Yes, amazing, dear. That's how it should be. I absolutely agree with you in this. So now to the Mother's Day. For me, it was a shock the first time I was here in Egypt. It's Mother's Day. I'll celebrate it actually in March here. Actually, 21st of March. But what was more surprising for me, that Egyptian India are celebrating 20th of March. Like the official is 21, but I see all the family and even the schools. For example, even my daughter now is bringing gifts to me on the 20th. I never understand it why. If I ask the Egyptian, they tell me, no, it's 21st of March, but indeed they celebrate 20th of March. Oh, long history. Yes, indeed. Okay, so maybe to tell you how is the Mother's Day in Egypt. Uh, you know, Egyptian take the motherhood very, very, very seriously. Really, very seriously. Every mom here really take this celebration that they must gain. I feel like they must gain as much as possible. Not only for example, okay, comparison between us as European. In my country, if I have a kid, so on the Mother's Day, the kid will bring me, for example, something he draw, okay, something he uh, built by himself, decorated, anything, like a small gift that, like a reminder, your mommy, I love you, or my mom. But here in Egypt, indeed, it's a big one. It's a really kind of expensive gifts what I see they are giving, and not only to the mothers, the kids even provide by teachers. As teachers here in school are considered as the mom as well, which is kind of, for me it was very funny. Like if I remember back me in the school, I never saw my teacher as my mom. You know, like for me, no, we hated them. I can tell you honestly, but in Egypt they have a very good connection on this. But to consider the teachers like they are the mothers of the kids, no, I will not do it. But Egyptian do. So they love the celebration. Wow. Yes, big wow. I can tell you what for the teachers, what are the famous gifts which they are giving the children. Mostly it's a perfumes, or it's a cups, or like a mug for drinking, and or it's chocolate. Can be actually three. But for the moms, they are not giving the small kid only. No, but even the grown up. Like for example, 30 years old kid can is giving the gifts to her mom, and really expensive gifts, as I told you. So, and some mothers can even ask for the gifts, even what she want. But even they're Egyptians. They love it like this. So, no judgment given, of course. It's their traditions. But really, this day, it's absolutely everywhere. In the home, on the street, even the songs. They're everything about the mother celebration, which is nice. But I have my own point on this. I feel it kind of very, very injustice toward the women which are not mothers. You know, this, for example, me personally, as I prefer the celebration of the Day of the Women, indeed, not a mothers only, because I know the feeling, how it feels. Maybe for this, but I believe even before my story happened with me on this. Depends. Okay, so it's been in Ramadan, and um, and now we will go slowly. Okay, Monica, hi. Nice to see you here, indeed. You are kind of late anyway. I'm already half an hour speaking, but so happy you came. So now we'll speak about uh, one question about Egyptian men again, and it's long distance relationship. I get this week a really two question. This is one of it. If it's good to have long distance relationship with Egyptian men. Yes, I was on trip. Oh, amazing! So happy for you. I hope your trip was beautiful and successful. Really happy for you. So the long distance relationship. When I listened or I saw this question, actually, I was thinking about it very deep. But I have my own point on it. Like, if this woman asked me 10 years ago, nice, thank you. Okay, because we are speaking about social media relationship. Okay, so if this woman asked me 10 years ago, I will kind of say maybe it's possible. But nowadays, really, it's absolutely different than it was before. I believe I mentioned this in my last video, right? But long distance relationship on the social media is not really good from the one point, because before really only the rich people had the access to internet in Egypt. I speak about Egypt, okay? So whoever had internet, and for example, speak about Facebook, so you was sure that the person was really educated, okay, that he was from even a rich family or high position. But nowadays, it's actually very, very opposite. Anyone on the street has access to the internet and has smartphone. Can you imagine? I was really walking on the street and I was thinking about it, and I saw in front of me really a family who doesn't have a food, doesn't have a clothes, but and they are sitting, living on the street, but they have a smartphone and connection to the internet. And such a people, like poor people, of course, from those people are coming the Egyptian scammers then, Egyptian scammers men, who are trying to fool any foreigner to come for them and take them to Europe. And we are back in our circle, like always. So that's why I actually don't believe it anymore, because there is so many poor men who can really use the woman. And as I told even in the last video, like 10 years ago, it was around 20,000 cases. 10 years ago. And how much it will be now? You know? It will be absolutely, it will be doubled. If not only doubled, it will be much more, much more. So I will not recommend it to anyone indeed. Not anymore. I don't say, yeah, true love can happen on any place. I am the person actually who is very romantic person, and I believe in love 100%, in the true love. It's not easy to find her. I believe in this as well. It's possible. And even in some exception, it's possible. But unfortunately, not every girl is the exception, right? I hope you understand what I mean. But really, when I'm discussing recently with the women, I really feel like each of the women is writing me, I'm the exception, I'm the exception. But no, unfortunately, mostly we are the rules, not exceptions. You know? So that's why I always feel the importance to tell you that you have to meet the Egyptian man in person. Who is he? How he reacts with the other people. You have to know his friends, his work, what he does for work, how he reacts in a difficult situation with you. What will be his response? How you will communicate together when you will fight or have a good time. Oppositely, there is really so much details to be discussed in person, which you will never know the person cross writing or cross social media. It's kind of simple, impossible. And even if you make a video call, even if you call, it's very, very different. I can tell you from my own experience. It's really because yes, I experienced this a lot with the people who I was writing, for example, for 5, even 6, 7 years, and when I then finally met them, they was absolutely completely different than what they appeared back then. And I was like 100% sure that I know them, you know? And then just one meeting, and I realized I don't have a clue about this person. So it's very, very tricky. Okay, I feel really like I'm speaking alone this today. So what about to turn into conversation like last time? Because that's what I like, that you interacted, you have a question on me. So, back then, do you have any question regards the Egyptian man? Ask me now. Now it's your time to ask me anything you want. About the Egyptian man, about Ramadan, about Mother's Day, about Luxor, everything whatever you can ask me just now. But let it to be conversation. I like much more than I speak, you know, because I speak alone in all my videos, and now I wanna interact with you indeed. Okay, I will wait 5 minutes. Okay, Paul, I have 1,000 questions. Okay, go on, ask me. I will answer them all. I have time till midnight, so I can answer them. So I think you should know my history. Okay, for sure. If you wanna share with us, no problem. I'm here for you to listen to you. Then we can answer your 1,000 questions in the same time. No problem. Okay, and so before you write it, I will continue. So it's the long distance relationship, and then is the question, very bad, not a bad question, but dating a married man, dating a married Egyptian man. Uh, okay, wait. All things make me confused. Okay, but be more specific in your questions. I can really answer them. This is like kind of not clear for me, as you know. So they think married Egyptian man. This is something which I will never, never understand. Why you women actually do it? You know, okay, I will know his family now because his family don't accept before. Fine. And why his family didn't accept you? What was the reason? What reason they told? And it was before marriage or after marriage? And this make me confused. He don't introduce me before. And it make me confused as well. So tell me just what was the reason what they told. Why they didn't want to accept you? Okay, back to they were dating married men. I had a very huge conversation with one lady about this topic just a few days ago. And for me, it was very surprising that the situations are very, very, very similar. Every woman who writes me the story that she's dating married Egyptian man, she also believes that the man will divorce because of her. And this is something which from 99% will never happen. But yet the women still believe that it will happen. Okay, sorry. Um, in Europe also is the same. Monica, I'm sorry, what we were speaking about that you said in Europe also is the same. Okay, I'm more Brazilian, older, divorced, and have kids. All reasons. Yeah, okay. It's clear that they are divorced women because Egyptians indeed has a very specific opinion on divorced women here. Here it's kind of shame to be divorced. It's the first thing. Second thing, the Egyptian people are looking on the divorced woman like she's kind of used one, like no one wants her anymore. So I don't know if your husband is the only son, for example, for them, or even they have another. It doesn't matter. But for sure, every Egyptian mom wishing for her son to have, okay, I'll say it as it is, simply to have a virgin. Okay, a woman who never know men before. This is the Egyptian traditions. So I'm not surprised actually why they didn't accept, and even you have kids more. But I can tell you, even like you are already married, right? So they will accept you. I'm sure about it. They will. They have no choice anymore. Here it works like this, like when the man already decide and he made the action that he already married you. So there's no step back, and they will respect him at the end because he is the man here in Egypt, and even his own family at the end, after such a decision, they will respect it even if they don't agree with it. And I can tell you, even like Egyptian love children so much, so maybe the children can be even key to you and them to connect together. Okay, Monica, men sometimes don't introduce girl parents. Maybe he's not serious to her. Yes, I agree with this. It's a common problem, but I believe even in Europe, yes, indeed. But you know that in Europe it's kind of different because we as the girls have our kind of free life and we can kind of do whatever we want. I don't say it's always has the best result or best ending. I saw many bad situations in Europe, of course, with the girls, but still, it's not like in Egypt. Here is, always say that for me, it's Egypt in this point, like we go back 200 years ago, back in Europe, you know. It's kind of really hard here, and especially about the girls. Okay, Paula, he don't care even he want. I'll take my family to come here. He don't care even he want. I'm not sure I understand you very well. But I believe really, Paula, like, don't be afraid. It will be fine. I believe, like, if they already agreed on the meeting, even they before didn't accept you. Okay, let me tell you my story. Maybe it will help you. Maybe you'll be surprised, but the family of my husband also didn't accept me at the start. They didn't want, and even it was before they saw me as well. They didn't give me even chance to introduce myself to them, who I am, like my character at least, to show them. No, no, no. They even didn't speak about me and then judge me on the point that I'm European. So I have to be already very bad and impolite woman because I'm European. So they didn't accept me as well for actually kind of 3 years before I met them. So I know how it feels, but that's why I'm telling you they will accept you at the end because they accepted even me at the end. But really, the personal contact is kind of really different. That's what I'm speaking about. If you meet the people in person, everything will change since the very first look. Okay, take my family to come. No, yeah. Okay, he said he doesn't care, but he do care. He really does because it's still his family. And in Egypt, the family are very, very connected together all the time. So indeed, he needs their approval. Even he said he doesn't care. But no Egyptian man will ever leave the family for the girl. This is another high exceptions, okay? But I'm telling you, if they agree on the meeting, it will be fine. Everything will go smoothly. And it's Ramadan, as I told you. It's for your good. Monica, mother is the most important. Oh, yeah, indeed. Our lovely Egyptian mother-in-laws. Well, it's a very huge topic. Maybe we have to make more videos about the Egyptian mother-in-law. But yes, she is the most important indeed, especially in the man life. Because she has really such hard impact on the son. And she can even manipulate him as she wants. So it's always to be good for the mother-in-law. But please, one thing I can tell you now, your mother-in-law will never be your best friend, okay? So even as much as you try, okay, just because I know what will happen, she will even try to, maybe after foolish you, that you can trust her, you can be good to her if she accepts you and everything will fine. Just I'm telling you since now, all of you, never trust here the Egyptian mother-in-law. Because she'll always protect her son, never you. And you will feel this in the very, very first problem which will come between you and your husband and maybe her. So she will after then show you her true face. Till any problem comes, she will be very, very nice with you. Or not all, but mostly try. Okay, he's very close with his family and all families urge him to everything and he is the last son. Last son in the translation means kind of spoiled son, I believe. Spoiled. So yes, he will be the closest one to his mom, and indeed very dependent on her as well. I believe so. However, yeah, he's very close because that's what I'm telling. All Egyptians indeed are close to the families. It's something very normal here. That's how the people live here, how they grow up indeed. So that's why he cared, and he will always care. But he has to tell you that he doesn't care to show up that he's the man. But no worry, really. Everything hopefully will be fine. Okay, um, some more questions? Go on, ask me, discuss with me. I'm here for you today, tonight, especially. But I feel like you are kind of here lonely today, you know? Did know what happened, but before the last time we made the live, it was kind of different. Maybe about the time. I chose maybe a bad day, I believe. Okay, next time you will reconsider another day. However, it's a plus for you because I can answer more of questions of you, what you need to know. But I remember I was speaking about the dating married men, right? And as I told you, that they will never divorce. That's indeed a very big fact which a woman doesn't want to understand. That if they are dating the married man, so actually he is searching for two wives, not just one. He will not divorce. Okay, Monica, mother one place, later rest family, later wife is last point. She told it's very cruel way. It's not like this all the time, Monica. To be honest, I'm feeling very lonely today. Why do you feel lonely, Paula? What's wrong? And Monica, no. I don't believe that the wife is always on the last place in any Egyptian life. No, I don't think so. I believe that it's mother, yeah, that's how it should be. And after the mother actually is the wife. And then is the rest of the family. But it really depends, on the man itself, how he has the limits set up and everything. But not all Egyptian men are bad. Really not. I know that in my videos I always present them. I focus mostly on the bad people because I want to warn you against them. But even I made already videos how beautiful character the Egyptian men indeed have. And we have so romantic men here in Egypt. So beautiful. So nice. And they will care about you like a princess, really. But as I always told you, it's about the place where you meet them or how you meet them. So if you meet them, for example, on social media or internet, it will not be very nice. Okay, my husband work in another city. I don't speak Arabic. It and all my family is not here. Yeah, okay. You don't speak Arabic. And you tell you're in Alexandria, right? Okay. Yeah, in Alexandria it's always I see it kind of problem if you don't speak Arabic. But some foreigner already say now in those days that it's not a problem if you don't speak Arabic, that you can find even here people who speak English. So maybe to don't feel lonely, try to make some connection with some friends here. We have a lot of foreigners who live here and they don't speak Arabic as well. So I always say this, that a woman always must make some connection with the people away from her husband and his family. You know what I mean? To have your friends, to have your life. It's always better because then you will never indeed feel lonely. I know you're not alone. I'm with you. Well, we are together now. Okay, Monica, if he will have first wife, second will be the last. But everybody is different. No, not always. It has, the polygamy in Egypt has some ruling. Like the wife are indeed equal. There's nothing called like the first wife and the second like the last wife. It doesn't matter if she came first or she came first. They have the same rights and same duties indeed. Or that's how it should be. And there's always like big difference between in Islam and the Egyptian culture. In Islam, it's like really very beautiful way that the polygamy really make a logic, but Egyptian and especially Egyptian scammers and the bad Egyptian people, they show to the world really not good way, and after we foreign judge it bad way. But it's really polygamy indeed is not always a bad thing. It can really solve a many bad situation. Okay, I can give you example of myself, including myself. If me as a woman, I'm not able to have a child, okay, and the man still love you, and he wanna have his children or his family push on him to have his child, the polygamy can be a solution for this. Okay, just as one example because it was directly on me, but we have many exceptions like this, including a widow. You know, some women are not able to feed themselves, believe it or not. Maybe if you are from Europe, so you will not feel it the same as I see it here. Because in Europe, we as a woman, we grow up kind of independently. So whatever happened in our life, we are able to survive. But if I see it here in Egypt, and I was focusing on it very much, some women really are raised up, they really are not able to provide for themselves. They're really like, if they will not have a man in their life, they can even like die from hungerness on the street. Okay, sorry. They speak English. Yeah, I can connect in English, and all people think I'm Egyptian. No worry, I know how this feels because I have the very same problem. Everyone thinking about me that I'm Egyptian. I get even people like was fighting with me that I'm planning to be European, that I'm the Egyptian hiding in the niqab. So I know how it feels, but it's fine. Don't people judge simply. You know who you are. You know what you can speak, what you cannot. So, but still, to have a friends, your own friends, away from your husband is always the best. The people get shocked when no, I'm Brazilian. Yes, I really trust me that I had even a friend who was the same like you. They look typically Egyptian, really, in the eyes, in the face, in the body, everything Egyptian. And they had the same problem as you, but you know, always if you have the self confidence and you know who you are, so then it will be easier for you to express yourself here in Egypt. Because I say in Egypt, you really must have very high self confidence here. There's something, for example, which I didn't have and I had to learn it here. Okay? So that's why I'm telling you, recommending to you. Okay, Assalamu alaikum Habibti, my team you are talking about. So happy to see you here, dear. I'm sorry I didn't answer you, by the way. I was kind of really very busy, but I will answer you tonight. Privately, don't worry. But I'm happy that you joined me. Paula, today I am understanding this, but I don't accept because I'm more older. But I still can give kids to him. Okay, I wasn't speaking about you, Paula. Indeed, I was speaking about the other topic. One day, people are dating the married man, which they think I don't like. How the women think like he will divorce for them, or they even push him to the divorce after, and they misunderstand the point. That simply he wanna live in polygamy. That was my point. What I was speaking about. But of course, yeah, if you deal with your husband and everything is fine between you and you still can give him kid or what he wants, and oppositely he can give you what you want, it's perfectly fine. I don't see a problem in this. Yeah, exactly. Some people fight. It's funny for me in the end, the people like, yeah, yeah, they are. Because I found it very common that the Egyptian always act like they know everything the best here. So mostly they don't know anything after all, you know. Most of the time they still have too many Egyptian girl too. Yes, that's very true. Uh, they are passionate, especially if we can speak about it like this. If the men marry older foreign women, so they are pushing him then to marry Egyptian virgin, as we already mentioned. They are really obsessed kind of with the virginity here. Because I told you it's really like in Europe 100 years ago. It was the same point. Like only virgin is the polite girl. If you are not virgin here in Egypt, you are considered really a very impolite woman. That's why they don't like it, Egyptian. But it's for me, it's not good opinion, for sure. Shouldn't be judged like this because we really go back in years. But what can we do basically? We will not change Egypt. I feel that Egypt really is stay unchangeable since the pharaoh time. It didn't change. If I remember the books which I was reading about the pharaohs, it's still the same. Upper Egypt is 200 years back. Yes, exactly 200. I told it as well. And maybe as I told now, since the pharaohs' years, the same traditions. Even about the belly dancing. For example, here when the people get married, so the wedding they are dancing, and the women are dancing belly dancing. It's the same like was in pharaoh times, exactly. The day the bride was marrying, the bride was dancing for all of the people how she can belly dance, and they was gonna judge on her if she will be basically good or bad in some matters of the life. Yeah, but many Egyptian girls do more than is do. I already get when sorry, Paul. I cannot understand what you mean. Like many Egyptian girls do more than is do. I really get shocked when I hear some history. You mean towards the insult to you that you are Egyptian and you are not in fact? Yeah, I remember back then someone asked me in my last videos uh, that Egyptian young girls doesn't respect us as foreigners, even if we are older. I hope I told it correctly. Uh, but it's really interests me because it's very very true, which I experience as well. So because I always told you like you have to respect the old Egyptian people here. That's what they demand from us. That's very true. But oppositely, yes, even the younger girls are not respecting us, and they demand the. Sorry, I get confused now. First wife, she doesn't afraid that he will take second wife. What do you mean, Monica, by this? I'm really sorry, I'm lost today. Absolutely. First wife, she doesn't afraid that he will take second wife. No, really, the polygamy. It's a big topic indeed. But as I told you, Monica, all the men has the same rights indeed. Something bad connection. Yeah, indeed. Uh, you are older and you want to stay with the man, you will accept it. Sure, I have afraid, but he have more afraid I go away. Girls, I don't believe that there is some reason to be afraid from the polygamy. Why we take it so bad way? You know, why the women have added the polygamy is something bad and always afraid that the man will cheat on them or marry another woman. It's a good point between marrying and cheating. Because in my country, I swear, I never met even one man who was faithful to his wife. And we have a monogamy, no polygamy, right? So how is this possible? This I saw actually disgusting as and a very big insult to me, like a woman. And it was my very, very first thought why I saw polygamy is indeed something nice that the men have to inform the first wife at least and to be honest with her and tell her, okay, I want another wife, I want to marry. But I will know about it. I will not be that stupid person. But if the man is cheating on me behind my back and making a fool from me as stupid, like that's why I'm telling you polygamy indeed is better than the cheating. But in all cases, all the men around the world are doing this. Even it's marrying or cheating. But a lot of percentage of men around the world has more than one woman. It's simply the fact they are like this, and you will not change it. Even it's very sensitive for us as a woman, and we hate it so much, but they are like this. So if you till you don't accept this in your head, you will always feel injured and hurted from the men. You know. because they are made like this. We as a woman, we are made to love one man, but the men indeed are made to be able to love even more women. I don't say that all. No, we have even men who want just one woman, or we have even men who doesn't want a woman at all. They want to stay alone. We have all the possibilities in this world. So that's why I don't see the reason to be afraid from polygamy and question since now, what will happen? Will he marry on me? He will not. No, it doesn't work like this. You must have the trust in yourself, the self-confidence in yourself. That the reason why he married you, that's why we'll stay together. Okay, you post a kind of what? It gives us more free time to polygamy. Yeah, indeed. And believe or not, I was reading some research from American women, which agreed in polygamy, and they told exactly the same thing. Like in the polygamy, I can focus on myself, I can build my own career, and moreover, even if I'm friends with the second wife, so she can even help me with the kids, or we can help each other for more free time to ourselves. Not all our life to focus just about men. Because if you are just married a man, yeah, every new bride, for example, will enjoy the man. But it's slowly, as normal, the daily routine and just all your life to be about men. Men and women are suffering from this point. And in the same time, they, for example, want to be married. So polygamy is not always from the men's side, but it can be even from the women's side. Some women really prefer polygamy. Believe it. Okay, exactly. I haven't met a man who didn't cheat in his wife too. Absolutely, 100% agree. I swear, in my life, I never met one man who will be really honest. And I speak about Europe now, where it's polygamy is forbidden. To be honest, before I never think in be the second or my husband have the second wife, but before I receive proposal to be the second, and I really think about this. No, don't think. Don't think about it, Paul. It's wrong, really. You have to believe that whatever is written for you, it will happen. Okay, so why you should be afraid from it now? Imagine now you are going to think, is he gonna marry on me one day or not? And maybe in your destiny is written it will never happen. So then you will be set for nothing indeed. And oppositely, maybe in your destiny is written that he will marry another three. But will you be set from it now and destroy your life since now? Or you will act after, for example, it happened, and then of course every woman has right to leave. That's how it should work in Islam. Like the man should inform the wife that he wanna marry, and the woman has right to stay or leave as she wish. Because some women really like polygamy and they can accept it, but some women can't. Some women will go crazy from it. But it really depends on character. So in this point, really, don't listen anyone who telling you any opinion. Just listen yourself, your heart. You know yourself the most, and you know what you can afford or what you can't afford. So live the life which make you really comfortable. Men in Poland this day don't looking for a wife, only lover for one day. Yeah, you see, Monica, that's what we speak about basically. So if you compare this, if I say it very, very hard way now, forgive me, okay? But when the men in Poland making from the women an easy bitches for nothing, or if you compare a polygamy that the man is offering you really a marriage with all your rights and to be respectful in the society, even to yourself, what option is better? You know, we have to really rethink our European thinking a little bit in this. Okay, men in Poland this day don't looking for a way. Yes, it's important to make a life for yourself in polygamy. Yes, definitely. In Egypt, they have two wives, and it's officially in some way. In Egypt, Monica, they can have 4 wives. And as I was discussing even before, some Egyptian men are forced by the European woman to write a paper and confirmation that he will never marry another woman. And it's such a nonsense, I'm telling you. Whatever he writes you on any paper or promise you by word, anything, it's useless. Because still, even he writes you this, he still have the right. He didn't lose them. It's just for comforting you. But indeed, no man, and especially no Egyptian man, will give up this right. Okay? And I need you to let the man be part of your life and not your life. Definitely, I agree. Like, many women really act like the man is everything in their life. They're focusing only about him. And in the moment they lose him, something happen. You never know what will happen. And you don't have your own life as a woman. You are completely lost in the life. And suddenly it happened a lot of time. Like 50 years old woman, for example, lost the man. And now she don't know how to live. She even doesn't know who is she. It's a really big problem. Because to be a wife is kind of a role which we are playing, but it's not all our life. The life is so many aspects we can do in our lives. Why it should be only about a man? I know it doesn't sound nice for me when I'm in Egypt, because the Egyptian mentality is based on this, that the man is everything to the woman life, the center of the universe, blah blah blah. I don't agree with this, to tell you, to be honest. Okay, Wendy, I'm married to an Egyptian man here in the USA, and he told me he was divorced in Egypt, but I found his Facebook messages. Oh, you remove it? Maybe you didn't want me to read it loud, right? Okay. As you wish, Wendy, I didn't finish it reading. If you wanna post it again, post it. If not, I completely respect me. You can write me in private, okay? Okay, is he divorced or not? Because he also has two kids with her in Egypt, right? And he is Muslim. Wendy, I didn't really finish your first message, to be honest. Um, I just finished like you saw some messages, but I didn't saw what it was inside. However, however, as exactly Lana told now, I think more he's still married. I will believe that. Unfortunately, yes. You will not be the first person to happen this. It happens quite of often. You will be surprised. I had even a case like the Egyptian man found. Yes, he was telling her he loves her. Yes, I had the case that, for example, the Egyptian man was in Europe and he really divorced in Egypt, and then he married European, and then the European found that he has already a new wife in Egypt. Okay, so it was the 3 women included. So maybe it's the same case. Maybe he can be really divorced from some women, but oppositely, he can be even married to another one, a new one as well. Or as you say, it can be the same wife. Yes, and they have a kids. It's a good point. They have kids because no Egyptian, not no Egyptian men, but many of them will not divorce just for the sake of the kids. They will try to keep the marriage as much as they can. Every Egyptian man will try to do the best for his kids, especially. I know maybe it's not maybe, definitely it's very hard to listen it now from us, especially from me. But if you saw this, that he told her really that he loves her, so it's good to know that in Egypt we have 3 divorces. And I secretly recorded him because I had a feeling, and I called him FaceTiming his ex doing bad things, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I do understand, no worry. So, Wendy, maybe this is the case you have to understand in Egypt we have 3 divorces. 3. So maybe he divorced her just one time or second time. But till he doesn't divorce her for the third time, they are not truly divorced and they can rebel it away as you saw. So now the question, so if they do what you saw, so I can confirm you absolutely they are definitely married. Because if he is Muslim and he will do this, oh no, it's a very big sin here. I don't believe he will do it. And neither she. Okay, even he is a man, he will do it, so the woman no. So yeah, they are married. I believe so. Now question for you, Andy. Ask yourself now, you don't have to answer him, but for yourself. Obviously this man, what you speak now about, love to be in polygamy maybe. Will you accept it to your life or not? Really think about it. He told her he married me for his citizenship. That's a very, very cruel answer. But if he told so, it can be true, but it can be even the point that he simply loved more women in his life. The polygamy. So you have to decide now when I believe if, because you know the truth now, even it's cruel. Do you want to stay or not? You know? But if the answer is that no, that you don't like polygamy, you don't want to be in polygamy, that my advice to be ended as fast as possible. It will not bring you anything good. Okay, sorry, I didn't answer the other comments now. Wow, Andy. But I think More is married. We told it. Monica, when I tell him to show you his ID. No, Monica, it's for nothing to show his ID. Many Egyptian women doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be written if he's married or not. Really, every Egyptian person has the right to tell in the office, I don't want it to be displayed on my ID. So from this, it's very tricky. It's not always correct. And especially I can tell you that from my personal experience, not all information in Egypt on the ID or the official papers are correct. There are so many mistakes. Really. Exactly, they stay for the children. Yes, Egyptian men indeed stay for the children. Men can divorce in a mosque or not? Well, it really Monica, it really depends which type of marriage you have. But he can divorce even in home. For a Muslim, indeed, to divorce the wife, it's enough if he say to the wife 3 times you are divorced. If he tells 3 times, so it's done. You cannot turn back to each other ever. And then you go and make the papers officially if you have the official papers. Or yes, you can go to mosque and you can divorce the wife in front of the sheikh. Or you can do it really officially in some office. He keeps telling me he loves me and he is not with her. Thank you so much for answering me. He showed me his divorce paperwork from Egypt. Well, you know, Andy, words are easily said, but you always must believe what you see. The action always speak louder than the words. As I told many times, Egyptians are really master of lust, a master of foolishing the woman, really. So I always believe, I always look on the action, what they really do, not what they say, but what they really do. And if you found what you found, if you saw what you saw, like if I'm in your position, of course, for me the answer, even it's not easy, I know, but it will be very, very clear to me. But I don't say he doesn't love you. Maybe, yes, he really loves you as well. Why not? But this is the point that he will love to be in a polygamy in this case. You know? Okay. And he showed you the divorce papers. Well, I would like to see it. Like, did they have the divorce papers, like official stamps from Egypt? Was it official or it was just some paper writing anything? Okay, can talk about the difference about Orphe contract, Islamic marriage contract, and official marriage. Oh, Paula. It's on very, very deep talk, to be honest. It's very complicated and big differences. I believe better, maybe. I will record it in other videos because it will be for a really very very long talk. Um, okay, I believe it's better than to discuss now, but sure there is a big huge difference. Like I can tell you now, Paula, out of a contract, never accept it, please, never do. Okay, he's been telling me over and over he loves me and wants to get back with me. Okay, let me think. Wendy, how do you know he's this not fake document? Yes. Oh, and she is his cousin and live in that house. In Egypt, you can get any paper, sadly. Yes, he hurt me so much. Yeah. Wendy, I'm really sorry. Even I didn't answer you very sensitive way. I'm sorry for it. I just was thinking how to get you to answer right away, but I was not sensitive to your feeling. I'm apologizing for it. Indeed. But as was mentioned now, the girls what told you. How do you know that the documents wasn't fake? You know, really, when did you see it was officially stamped as a divorce paper? Because I saw it before. Some Egyptian men are writing the divorce paper even by their hands. So it can be really fake. Doesn't have to be, but it will be strange. You say it's cousin, yeah, it can be. In Egypt, the cousins are marrying normally here. It's nothing weird, in fact. And that she live in, you told, his dead house. It sounds like me that, for example, he didn't have enough money for his own life in Egypt, for his own apartment, maybe. Maybe that's why he goes search for to get the citizenship, to get a work, to get more money, and back to her. Can be also the stories sometimes are really bad. Okay, Paula, I'm married Islamic contract. Uh, okay, Paula, wait, just a second. When they, if she lived with his parents' house, she is still his wife. Ah, that's true point. I'm sorry to say it. It's okay. I appreciate it all, and I could not tell because it was in Arabic. Hmm. Thank you, Miss Lana. He has different floors in his home in Egypt. Well, it's a good point, Wendy. If he has different floors in Egypt and built an apartment, maybe from this, he will be from Upper Egypt, right? Or he will be, doesn't have to even live there, but from the farmer's family, indeed, from the traditional Egyptian families like this. And I was already spoke about them before in my videos. They are, for me, I always try to stay away from those type of men, and I'm in Egypt because those type of men always love polygamy so much, always are using women so much, and they are the biggest scammers indeed. So now I can tell you honestly, they are still married 100% because those type of people are never divorcing. It really had to something so big happened that they will divorce those type of people. So sorry to tell you this, really sorry, but don't believe his sweet words. This man really is still married with his kids, and probably he really just used you. Okay, Alana, our face Islamic contract too. All family live together in Egypt. Monica, no, not all family live in the same apartment, in the same building. Not at all. And he's from a place called El Mahalal Kubra. No, I don't know all places in Egypt for sure. Okay, I can check for you now. That's good. Da. Let's try to Google Maps. Say El Mahalla. Mm-hmm. Let's see, where is it? Oh, it's I told 20. Exactly. It's even near Tura city, which is kind of farmers. Simply, they are family of, let's say, I don't say that all have to be farmers, okay, but those type of people, farmers. So not Upper Egypt, sorry, farmers. But the point is very, very same. That's why I was still always telling you that if you know, you have to really take care from where your man is. Those type of men always, they search how to use us for us. Sorry, Wendy. Yes, they are farmers. So, Wendy, now we get to the point. The farmers, they are never divorcing. That's why those type of people are marrying cousins, very close people. They are. It's impossible they divorce because the family will never allow this because they are from the same family. If they do, it will be a huge problem. Trust me, Wendy. It will end with a big fight between the family. I really truly believe he married me for citizenship. Yes, Wendy, I'm sorry, I believe that too. But I don't say the same point that his feeling cannot change and he, for example, didn't start to love you. It could happen as well. Like, let me ask you this, Wendy. If you separate with him, will he lose his citizenship or not? Or does he actually work? I mean, in your country, not in Egypt. In your country, okay. But he didn't get in the citizenship. I think that's why he's begging me to get back. Oh, yeah. That's very correct, Wendy. You are indeed a very wise woman that you figure it out by yourself. It's very sad, and I know that you must be now very heartbroken to get the truth even this way. Even I'm so happy that we could make it to the light, but in the same time, I'm sorry for you, dear, really. But maybe it's better to know the truth now and over it now before, for example, you have children with him or something else. Okay, go back. Alana told that Orfi is Islamic contract too. Yes, but there is just one difference that Orfi, if it's stamped or not stamped. Pay attention to it. Wendy checked his Facebook. Yeah, Monica, she checked. She told us she checked and she found bad stuffs, unfortunately. Wendy, I know a man from Egypt and he said that he love his girl, but he won't also move to Germany for visa and he don't hide his intentions. Monica, I don't know what's worse, to be honest. If a man who played the woman or the man who doesn't hide it and he tells you straight, hey, I'm going to use you. That's why they're playing the game, because if any Egyptian man tell the woman straight, hey, I'm going to use just for the citizenship, yeah, it's gonna be a nice business deal. But I always ask myself why those type, because they are Muslims, right? Why they don't think about the religion and about the God? Because marriage is not a business. It's something very, very seriously taken, and especially in Islam. And it should be based, okay, on love, but that always not all marriage are based on love, but on the mutual respect. At least the respect should be there. But in this business deal, something gain from you, there is nothing Islamic indeed. I always ask myself how the Muslims, and then I'm not surprised why the European people has such a bad expression about Islam, opinion about Islam. It's very, very logical now. But I'm really angry at this man because they are breaking everything. Really, they are breaking the Egyptian culture. They are breaking even the Islam itself. So sad indeed. Okay. Oh yes, that's why he begged you to come back. Yes. Thank you so much. You are extremely amazing for answering me. Thank you, Miss Lena, too. Oh, Wendy, you are more than welcome. I'm here for you anytime. And I'm so happy that you shared our story with us and that we could kind of help you even the cruel way, as I already told. Sorry, dear, and if you need anything, any support, anyone to speak, you can contact anytime, okay? I can be for you here. Don't worry. Why so many men lie? Is it traditional Egypt? A good question, Malika. Why so many Egyptians lie? Well, I believe I told it before. I will repeat it. One Egyptian woman told me before, like, to be a true Egyptian, I have to learn how to lie. And indeed, okay, every country has a bad stuff, but the lying in Egypt is extremely big, and almost every Egyptian person is kind of lying. They call it not lying, they can call it a white lie, that it's not lying at the end, it's just to don't share the truth with the people, okay? They have excuses for it, but for us, it's extremely lying. It's just a different type of mentality. Why so many Egyptians lie? Many Egyptians believe in the evil eye. So, for example, they are trying to hide a lot of stuff from other people to don't get the evil eye on them. The best stuff didn't happen. By the way, do you believe in evil eye or not? I can tell you, like, when the first time I came here to Egypt, I didn't believe in it. But then a very, very bad stuff happened with me, and I started to believe it. And I believe till nowadays somehow. Even I'm not crazy as Egyptian this, but I believe that, especially here in Egypt, it's working somehow. In Europe, not that much, but here it works. Okay, we get to the other point. Let's go back. When they please don't feel bad, I've been falling for one of them before too. And me too, I can tell you honestly, one day. Not like things got not like this because I was kind of young, but I get cross even Egyptian scammers by myself. So you are not alone, trust me. I believe that we all did, we all from it had experience with scammers. And it's the most painful, yeah, it is. But I can tell you, Wendy, it will pass. Time will heal everything, and after a while, you will look back on it totally differently, and you will thank God that it didn't happen. Okay. Uh, he lies so well. It's sad. Yes, yes, yes. Egyptians are indeed. Sorry, Egyptians people, if someone's watching me, but this is really a fact. As we Europeans have the same opinion, all Europeans say the same point. Or foreigners, Egyptians love to lie, and they are so good in it. Indeed, they are. Most of the women will never realize when the Egyptian man lie or when he said the truth. Okay, thank you, Miss Lena. I'm trying. It just hurts because I loved him. I believed you. Yes, I know how much you loved him and care about him, and that's why actually it hurted you. But oh, it's nothing bad that you loved him. It's something beautiful about you, indeed, Wendy, that you can actually love. Because if you opposite this man, probably he maybe really cannot love. Indeed, truly, just by words. So that's what makes you special. But just Wendy, I know how Egyptian can be very tricky and good manipulators. He can manipulate you now back to what he wants. Just really take care now from this point, because now you realize something, and trust me, he will try even more. And trust me, he'll call you more and tell you he more loves you, and he'll even cry and begs you on his knees, and maybe he'll give you a gift. But put his mind, it's all just kind of a game. I don't want you to fall for it, because after the second break, what will happen with you will be much harder. Even if for sure it's up to you if you want to stay with him or not. It's your decision. No one else will decide it for you. But I feel I have to share this with you. Okay, how to make force men to not lie. That's impossible, Monica. This one thing I didn't figure out. And trust me, I was thinking about it as well. But there are some body language if any person lie. I believe that you can study this on YouTube, and I believe this works even for Egyptian well. So the body language can tell you if the person is honest or not. But you cannot change a man, and especially you cannot change Egyptian man. That's kind of impossible, really. For bad luck, indeed. So maybe you have to just accept it, this fact, about every Egyptian. every Egyptian, a man especially, from time to time lie. Okay, it's the truth. One day we will go together. Love is not enough. Yeah, unfortunately for us romantic people, like me included, love is not enough. Yeah, marriage is not only about love, indeed, and not all marriage is about love at all. But I believe the important thing in marriage is really the respect and the tolerance to each other, to accept and forgive each other even for the mistake what's happening. Okay, when they go that he didn't want the money, or he did, yes, he cried and told me that he never cried in front of a woman before. He's so manipulated. Yeah, sorry, I'm laughing when, but this is a typical answer of the scammers. They always play on the feeling that they never cried in front of the woman. You are the first one, and blah blah blah. Take it and put it to the rubbish, and they really, because this is a very very famous manipulative trick which they are doing. And I'm really not mocking on any man who cries in front of the woman, really not. Highly appreciated. But those people, those scammers, they really have it as a job. Wendy, my Egyptian man, had 8 fake accounts on Facebook. Wow. Story of Monica. It had to be really cruel. Wendy, they are really good actors. Indeed, they are. Do you wear also the niqab when you come to your country in Europe? Oh, yeah. The last time I was in Europe, I believe 3-4 years back, I was living there in Europe with my Egyptian family. No, I didn't wear a niqab because I believe it's impossible in my country to wear a niqab for me as a citizenship. But for sure, I felt very bad because of it, very very much, and it was the one of the reasons why I came back to Egypt, because I wanted to wear niqab so much. But I was okay. Honestly, I was afraid from the people even, because I saw how people react when a woman is wearing just the scarf and on niqab. I know my people very well, and I think you do too. So no, I didn't. Okay, Wendy, wow, yes, he created fake accounts just to talk to her and other women. You see, Wendy, I told you, he's a womanizer, moreover. It's just not about his wife, like, put his wife, indeed. Voila, sweet Egyptian words. Wendy, I had the same fake accounts. Yeah. Them always say, I never find anyone like you. I feel so comfortable, yes. Yes, yes. All of this is true. Voila, yes, he said it too. Voila, that one of their favorite speeches. You see, when they now, after all, the women joined me in this. So you have the proof now that he's really scammer. 100% now, we can tell you honestly. So if I only told it, yeah, maybe it's arguable, but if we are all telling you the sentence before you tell us, and it's true, so really scammer. Trust me, you have nothing to lose in your life when you lose him. You can just gain. And they're saying if one door closed, new door open, right? And they're saying from God that if something will be removed from your life, so God will replace you. Much better thing. Yeah, appreciate all of you. Thank you. It's like they know in school. How to say. Well, I will not be surprised if I found in Egypt we have a school for scammers, to be honest. Generally in Egypt we have actually a school for stealing. So if we have school for stealing, why we cannot have a school for scammers? Maybe it's a good business plan indeed. If you have niqab, wait, yes, exactly. If you have niqab, men on street don't bother you. Monica, you mean here or back in Europe when I was speaking about? Wendy, even if it hurt now, better to let him where he is now before you are getting hurt. That's what I asked myself before. Yeah, indeed. That's what I basically thought. It's better now then if it get more seriously, as for example, I mentioned the children. Imagine you will have one day children with him, then it will be impossible to leave him. And trust me, those type of men, farmers, they are very, very controlling and very hard, especially towards women. Really. Maybe you didn't feel it now because he still needs something from you. But in the time when he will get everything, he doesn't need anything anymore, he will show you his true character. And really, those men, they grew up like whatever the men say is like 1000% true, and the woman has no right to say anything. Yes, thank you. It does hurt, yeah. I'm not letting him fool me again. I hope so, Wendy, for your own good, to be honest. Even I'm not. I don't wanna feel like I'm forcing you to leave him. It's your decision. But I'm telling you, I am in Egypt now for 10 years, and I'm telling you, me personally, from this type of people, when I see them, I try to run away from them. And indeed, I have my best friend in Egypt is from farmer people. One of my best friend, okay, and she's a woman, so it's kind of fine. But even I can tell you that she has specific characteristic. And she was telling me how the men are treating there. She tell me everything. So I'm telling you, those people, like we cannot understand them, and they cannot understand us. Indeed, they are not open-minded people. They are not tolerant. No, opposite. They are very, very close-minded, and they are like on the very, very old traditional way. You know, just the idea, woman must be at home, and have a kids. Basically, this, Wendy. So, is it the life which you wish for you? And my friend Veronica, but always when I go to bring something, the men ask her father phone. Wait, wait. Wait, why, Paul? Why the man asking the father phone? I don't understand it now. Sorry. Right away, Wendy. Egypt, in Egypt, Monica. Let me check what you was wearing. Yeah, sure. If in Egypt, if I wear a niqab, so sure, man doesn't bother me. Men are very, very respecting me. They don't even look at me and just speak to me, basically. So it's a very good for me. I like it. I like to be respected like this, indeed. Because before, back when I was with my hair in Egypt the first time I came, or even with my scarf, the man was always commenting, and I get a lot of attention, which I really hate it. I hate when men, especially the women, they are comparing the women like we are piece of meat, or I don't know, we are in the market, they can trade us. I really hate it. So for me, for my personality, the niqab was such a relief in this. Okay, it's already been decided. The minute I found the message and called him on video, I told him it's over. Yeah, Wendy, I'm not surprised that you said it. For me, it will be very same. When do you have doubts now? What will be later? Exactly. Exactly. When I go with my friend and ask her father's number, and say I want to marry her. Wait, I go with my friend and ask her father's number and say I want to marry her. Oh, if I understand it right, Paula. So yes, if someone wanna marry the woman, the man always have to go ask the father first. Indeed, he's not allowed to speak to the woman unless he deal with her father first. This is how it works in Egypt officially. That's how it should work even with us foreigners, but unfortunately it doesn't like that. Okay. Question: is it dangerous for American women to visit Egypt? Because it's my dream to go. How safe is Egypt for women? No, there is no danger if you are coming for visiting, and if you are with your hair, and even if, let's say, the worst, you have a hot shirt, you have a bikini on the beaches, whatever. It's absolutely fine. Egypt is not dangerous. This is a play of medias, I believe, very, very much, to say that women have no rights here and how bad is here for women. No, Wendy, trust me. Many times I stayed in Egypt alone by myself. It's not dangerous at all. Oppositely, you will find a lot of people will help you so much. And I had recently foreigner friend with her hair. She is not a Muslim, and she's traveling. She has no man and no connection here in Egypt. Okay, and she's traveling around Egypt all by herself, and she doesn't even speak Arabic. Like, I'm amazed how she can manage it, but she does. It never happened with her anything. No. Oppositely, the people are really very nice and they will help you. Even if you get to some serious problem, they will help you. Just take care of the scammers of the man, okay? And take care about your money. Because here, everyone basically asks you, they want money from you. It's Egypt. Welcome in Egypt, you know. People always want money. Even as a tips, or they will beg you to beggars. Hide your money, never give anything to anyone, you will be safe. No worry. Now, Wendy, it's safe for women alone to visit Egypt. Yes, it is really. Wendy, my man also had family at first place, plus fake accounts. Also girls and men accounts, both to give himself likes. That's right. To give himself likes. Very nice. Very nice, Monica, indeed. Yeah. Yeah, Wendy, you will really find a lot of women. Thousands of women was played by Egyptian scammers, and honestly, I can tell you, your story is still good. Even it sounds bad, but some story which I have been with my clients, women, some are so horrible that really some men made from the woman absolutely nothing. Like, from off top of her life, he absolutely destroyed her, but everything. Her life, her emotions, her family, her friends, her work, definitely everything. So in this point, still maybe let things get, Wendy, that it didn't happen with you. You still like recognize it soon. That's indeed good. Okay. Wendy just get a curse to don't fall in love with other Egyptian man. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. No, there's nothing wrong to fall in love with Egyptian men. Just you have to know their mentalities and how their mentality works, what they search for, what you search for. But this question really very much also of maturity here. If you know who you are and what you want from your life, or self-confidence, and especially about us as women. We always feel that we women have lack of self-confidence, unfortunately. That's for our bad. Okay. Eva, thank you. I can't wait to visit one day. Come, Wendy. If you come to Alex, contact me. I can meet you, and you don't have to be afraid about anything. I can be with you. No problem. And I have friends even in other cities, so just when you're here, you can write me. I can provide you all the contacts for the people which I know here, but you don't have to feel even alone. If you come alone, of course. USA, I don't know. Trust me, I will never look at another Egyptian man again. No, Wendy, no, don't close it like this because one stupid Egyptian man did something wrong with you. Don't judge like all Egyptians. No, no, no. As I told before, we have so beautiful Egyptian men, so decent, so romantic, so gentle. And who knows? You know, I believe when you come to Egypt, so Egypt actually is changing people and changing people's life very much. Happened with me, happened with a lot of foreigners. We all say the same point. So maybe it will happen with you. And moreover, I say that Egypt is country of love. Like you will really feel the love everywhere, not just from the men, but really everywhere around the country. So maybe one day you will find your true love even here. Who knows? But don't close yourself on this topic. No, don't, please. Okay, just say Mishflus, yes. Hide your money, Wendy. Never show anyone about your money. Never speak. Now is a very good time because dollar is very high. Here, $1 is like 19 Egyptian pounds. That's true. That's what's happening with dollars now. It's good time for you to come, Wendy. Wendy, they are handsome, only one plus. Oh, I'll not comment this. Wendy never say this because when we say always happen. And to be honest, I have a lot of good men. Yeah, that's something I saw in my personal life as well. Every time I say something I will never do, it will never happen, so it always happened and even doubled. So maybe now when you secured your future, you will find like 2-3 more times. So you will find some good one too in Egypt. Yes. Come to Alexandria, it's very beautiful. Yeah, Alexandria is a very beautiful city. I love it the most. It's really my home since the very first look I saw Alexandria. But it's even kind of destiny. But Wendy, depends what people you prefer. Like Alexandria is close-minded people. I call Alexandria that it's one big village. Comparing to Cairo is different life totally. In Cairo you will find more open-minded people, more freedom for you as a foreigner. In Alexandria is everything like more close, more traditional. Cairo is more open. But for example, if you come to Egypt, so I believe that you will come to the historical places anyway, right? Lana, how to find a good man? Who knows? Oh, we know. I didn't make a video about it still, so I believe I will still make one. And I believe I described it in the first book, right or not? If not, I will do the second one as I told you. But definitely, I will show you how to meet a good Egyptian man. No problem. Egypt is magic. Yes. In the good and in the bad way. There's many touristic trips to Egypt from Europe. Yes, it is, but also depends which kind of adventure you want to have. Because, for example, I didn't came to Egypt by any touristic company. I came here really by myself, and it was the best adventure ever. But depends really what you want. Monica, I find mine not in holidays. That's maybe why I found a good one. Oh yeah, Wendy, Wendy, please. Touristic places, get away from them. Though I don't mean for visiting. I mean for Egyptian men. Like never search for a man in touristic places. That's where all the problem starts. Indeed. We will have to wait and see. Yeah, you must keep us updated, Wendy. Indeed. Lana, you are lucky. I meet more people open mind here and in care more closet. I heard wait, Paula, really? I cannot say that. I always see Alexandria people really more close minded than in Cairo. But do you mean Paula Egyptian or European? That's also a big point. Because I always speak of the Egyptians. Yes, when the Alexandria is beautiful because we have the library, we have the citadel, we have the sea. So it's beautiful in the summer. For example, I hate Alexandria in winter time, like it happened the last month when it was so bad weather. It was so cloudy, so rainy, so bad and moody. This and in the home, in my house, for example, it's very extremely cold, and on street it's more hot than in the home. So that's why I really hate winter in Alexandria. And I always try to travel somewhere else in Egypt to just see the sun, Like last year I went to Luxor. It was perfect because here in Alexandria it was, for example, 7 degrees. And when I was in Luxor it was like 30, 40 degrees. So paradise for me. But you will love Alexandria. But the problem with Alexandria, a lot of people say that they get bored from the city very quickly because There is not so much things to do. Yeah, we have the historical places, but once you visit them also, what more? Like Cairo is offering you more stuffs, or the rest of Egypt. I have a big group to not Muslim Alexandria. From the app Couchsurfing, I hear a lot of sweet words there. Yeah, but Couchsurfing is very good. I was using it years ago, but not for Egypt. I use it in other countries. But I believe it's not like before. The site really changed a lot. But it's good. I'm happy for this poll anyway. What are good places in Egypt to visit? Oh, Wendy, for sure, pyramid. 100% you have to go to see the pyramid. Then come to Alexandria to see the library. And for sure, you have to visit the Luxor and Aswan. It's something you have to see, definitely, right? Everyone will agree with me. The historical places, all of them in Egypt, you can have even a trip around Egypt just for the historical places. It's absolutely fantastic. You will really love it. Then there's even Fayoum, the Oasis Siwa. So beautiful, the white desert. There's a millions of options when they really. There's even a swimming with dolphins. But it really depends what you want to see in Egypt. Do you want to go just to the beach, just have a holiday rest, or you really want to tourist sightseeing around Egypt? More dirty too in winter. Yeah. Alexandria, when it starts to rain in Alexandria, is a disaster. it's I cannot even walk on the street. How dirty is it? I basically stay at home when it starts to rain in Alexandria. That's why I hate the winter in Alexandria. Winter in Luxor was this year cold too. Yeah, I don't know. Something happened this year. Like a year ago or 2 years ago, especially in the COVID time, it was amazing weather. Like in winter, it was still hot. Wait, but this year, sorry. But this year, I don't know what happened, but the weather was really like in Europe, so I was surprised, badly surprised for me. When the Alexandria, Cairo, Giza, Luxor, Aswan. Yes, exactly. Pyramid, Luxor, and Aswan. We have to see. And pay attention, we don't have only pyramid in Giza. We have more pyramids in Egypt. Saqqara for sure. You see everything what you can find it. Snow was in Alex City in winter. This year, Monica? I don't know. I didn't see this year snow in Alex. Maybe. Not in my place. Paula, Sharm el Sheikh, Hurghada Dahab. No, Paula, no. No. Sharm el Sheikh, Hurghada, and Dahab, they don't deserve to see in Egypt. I don't believe that they are the treasures of Egypt. Question: do I have to cover up when visiting? I don't want to disrespect the culture. No, you don't have to. Egyptian people, indeed, they are very tolerant. They are tolerating the other cultures. And they are very aware that not people are Muslims and they respect them. Really, believe it or not. You know, some European women, maybe you can hear story, they get to troubles in Egypt because they was provocating the men. So, for example, if I wear a bikini, even if I go to a city street market when are the Muslims, so then I cannot be surprised that something bad happened to me. But if you are when they like modest, you respect the culture, as you say. So like I aspect with the character. If you respect by your actions, so everything is fine. There will be no problem, and you don't have to be covered. No, I don't recommend women to cover just for this purpose. It's a nonsense, even for me, even for the Egyptian, indeed. Maybe this you will have to really be covered. Like the worst example I can give you, if you give really to some very very public places, but you like a tourist, you will never meet those places. And those places, for example, I am not even walking what I'm speaking about, and even in niqab. Imagine like I'm niqab, and if I go to such a public places, bad places, they will not care that I am niqab, even the men. They will even do something better in a niqab, So don't worry, Wendy. Those places you will never meet here as a tourist, and nothing will happen to you. Oppositely, on those places you will meet so much tourist people, the same as you. There will be no single problem. And on those tourist places, you don't have to be afraid you don't speak Arabic, because they are speaking English very well. For example, in pyramids, I was surprised because I was there 3 months ago the last time. I found even the poor people who are living on the street beside the pyramids, they are all speaking English. Not only English, Italy, French, and other languages. There will be no problem in those places. The language, for example, is more problem here in Alexandria, where it's not that touristic place, right, for foreigners. So, as I told you, we are kind of big village for me. So, only just in Alexandria you can find difficulties in the language, but otherwise, no. No, Wendy short sleeve t-shirt. It depends, Lana. I saw many foreigner, really, even in Alexandria, but even in hot shorts, and they are fine. And I had even my parents here in Egypt one day, I can tell you, and my mom wasn't covering at all. I told her to don't cover, and she wasn't in any trouble. And my mom is atheist, okay? She doesn't even believe in God. So, but she didn't get any trouble. Summer is good for traveling or too hot? Oh no, summer is not good for traveling. Even we in Egypt, we are traveling just in the winter. Okay, if you want to travel in winter to Alexandria, you are more than welcome because it's cold for you. But otherwise, in summer, it's extremely hot for traveling. So in the summer, we are going to the beach, and in the winter, we are traveling around Egypt. T-shirts and jeans are great. Yeah, indeed. Or if you have like some kind of long dress, dress with a short sleeve, but a dress is also very nice. It's very modest. When I came to Egypt, I don't understand why the people wear pants short. But after I understand, it's because to don't dirty their clothes. Wait, I do understand it. Pants short. Maybe. Monica, summer is very hot. Fall is perfect. Yeah, summer is extremely hot here. I can tell you what Egyptians are doing in the summer in Alexandria. Probably mostly they are in the home on the air conditioner and do nothing, just sleep. And if they want to go out, so they are going out just in the night, but never in the day. Yeah, Monica is very hot in August, 41, 43 degree. Yes. And in Alexandria, we are still good because we have the air from the sea. But in the summer, like Luxor or Cairo, it's horrible. I had a friend from Cairo who was telling me in the summer, can you imagine? She told me they are sleeping in the bathroom with open water. Because back years we didn't have even air conditioning, it was just for rich people. So she told me they are really, all family sleeping in the bathroom just to get some cold air, to don't burn in the home how hot it was in Cairo. So the 7 is too hot for me. Monica preparing the summer much worse here. But when you get used, once you get used, it's fine. Hello from Albania. Hello, nice to meet you. Happy to see you here. Yeah, Luxor is very near the sun. Yes. In Algeria was 50. How to have any cap on head when it's about 47 degrees hot? Good question, Monica. Believe me or not, but oppositely, in such hot days, the niqab is protecting me, and I actually kind of feel, not that I will feel like cool, but if I compare myself to, let's say my husband, which he wear a shirt and t-shirt, right? He always complain he's burning, and I say like, okay, no, I'm fine. Really, the niqab is protecting me against the sun, which is one of the amazing stuffs. And oppositely, the niqab is protecting me in the winter as well. It makes me warm. So I have two stuffs. But about niqab, it's about to get used on it. Nothing more, nothing less. When you get like with everything, when you get used, it's totally fine. Question: when my ex grandfather was dying, he told me his dad said that his four grandfathers last will he marry him. Wait, I have to read it again. Okay, on this story. Ex grandfather. Ex grandfather. No, it's I don't know, Wendy. I'm trying to read your question over and over. It could be possible. Sometimes Egyptian had such a heritage story, but it can be also a big lie. You know. I believe here in Egypt, man, whatever he wants, he will do at the end. So I will not give such importance to this story, honestly. Okay, I have been in Egypt. I like country culture and people too. It's very nice from you indeed. Thank you for your beautiful words. And Egypt is beautiful country and the people are nice. Like if you come like a tourist, that will be nice for sure. You will have no single problem with them, I believe. It's just then if you stay, you will recognize their true face, but it's on another topic. He said his dying grandfather remembered them, and that's why he did that. Oh yeah, no. I don't think it will be really very correct, Wendy. I don't believe the story honestly. It's too kind of fairy story for me. I don't believe. Yes, I'm happy that you agree with me. Wendy, I don't believe this too. Thank you. Yes, you don't believe that. It's more than obvious. Oh, can you imagine that we are already 2 hours speaking? That was nice. It's just big lie, I know. Yeah, Wendy, yes. Unfortunately, those type of scammers, they really can break such a lie, such a big lie. And they will never stop lying. If you lie once, it will happen over and over and over. Then I heard too many stories, sadly. Yeah, me too. How long have you been in Egypt? Okay. I'm in Egypt now. I went there for 10 years, living in Egypt, but I know Egyptian people kind of, I don't know, 15 years, I believe. I'm in touch with Egyptian people. So that's why I can speak and give you the information what I know, because I went through really a lot Egyptian people and stories since I was teenager. So I kind of grew up with Egyptian people. Okay, sorry for disturbing you again. You have Facebook or Instagram. Oh yeah, good point. For you who you are here, I have a big news for you. My Facebook is officially blocked and will not be renewed anymore. So even my site on Facebook, I cannot open it anymore. Okay. So if you need to contact me always cross Instagram, or better even cross my email, which you will find on any my video description or on the YouTube. You will always find, or on YouTube, of course. But on Facebook, you will not find me anymore. And this time, what Facebook did to me, I took it very, very personally, because it wasn't the first time, but this time was the worst. I lost all my personal photos there, everything. They absolutely blocked me. And I can tell you why did they block me. They blocked me because of one of my video which I shared. And I had a fight with Facebook for many years because they always stop my kind of, let's say, business or the work what I'm doing. They always found some trouble with me for like 4 years. But this time they really totally destroyed me. So I finished with Facebook, honestly. I will never open it again. I'm actually happy for it. Happy, really. So just contact me across the Instagram. That was my point. What made you move there and from where? Okay, Wendy. I was born in Czech Republic in the middle of Europe. And what made me move here? Yeah, it's a long story. Many people already know it. So I'm gonna repeat myself. It was my biggest dream, Wendy, since I was kids like 5 years old. I knew that I have to live in Egypt. That it's my purpose to be here. So don't ask me why. I really don't know why, but as a kid, I loved pharaohs and Egyptian history. Indeed. So I wanted to be an Egyptologist, and that's why I actually moved here. But then everything changed in me when I came to Egypt. That's why I was telling you, Egypt is changing people's lives. Indeed, I can confirm it. And as you see, it leads me from Egyptology to different topic. Absolutely, because now I'm like speaking about Egyptian men and about Egyptian love. So from history to this point, it's a big journey indeed. Um, that's ever some. I love that you followed your dreams. Indeed, one day I did, but of course, it wasn't easy. Maybe as it might sound. Trust me, Wendy, I had to fight really very much for it for much years. But alhamdulillah, thanks God, I achieved what I wanted. Okay, I lived 2 years in Egypt and been visiting many times. Now I'm married an Egyptian. Like me, the love for ancient Egypt. Yes, Lana, I can tell you, we know each other personally with Lana. Or not personally, but we get in touch. And she has a very similar story as me. She also, when she was a kid, fell in love with ancient Egypt, and that was the reason why she is here now, right? But it's honest. But our stories are very similar. Okay, Monica, can you create a new account? No, I will not create an account on Facebook anymore. I swear to God, never again. I really finished with Facebook forever. It's really personal, very personal fight. So that's the reason. Actually, I can tell you what happened. I didn't want to bother you with this, but I get in touch with one foreign woman, in Alexandria, and she was kind of using me for a long time. She was my subscriber on YouTube, and she begged me to meet her, so I met her. And she was kind of using me. She played that she's my friend, and she was just using me for the information which she didn't know. If she was in trouble, she always asked me to help her. Then one day we had kind of disagreement, and she was the one actually who blocked me on the Facebook. So it was very heartbreaking if someone play your friends, help them, and then they back you like they did. But that's life. So I'm telling you this not to feel pity for me. I'm telling you this just, that's why I'm finishing with Facebook. Yes, I have always been interested in ancient Egypt. Yes, one day, many foreigners of us, they came to Egypt because of ancient Egypt indeed. But then the life always somehow changed. I will never understand people